Welcome, Coach Cuonzo Martin, presented by University of Missouri Healthcare, Mid-Missouri's only academic health center, where yes finds a way.
Joining me now is the 19th coach at the University of Missouri, and Cuonzo Martin. Welcome first to Mizzou, and I have a question. Why Mizzou?
Well, I think it's a great place, and obviously thank you, John, for having me. The tradition, the history, the passion of the fans, the opportunity to win championships in such a great community. I've always watched it from afar. I've had family, friends that attend the university. I've spent a lot of time on campus when I was a young guy. Just the passion, and I think for me, it feels like home.
You've had a lot of success in your career as a player, state championships, Big Ten titles. Folks, he did make 8 threes against Kansas way back in the day, so that's what we'd like to see here, and this week when Purdue plays Kansas. You played for Gene Keady, known as a tough guy. Is that where your coaching philosophy came from?
Combination of my high school coach, Benny Lewis, growing up in East St. Louis, but also Coach Keady. So for me, that transition was great because I could be who I was, or they can bring out who they thought I would become. But just great teachers, great men, guys that were, when I was young, I thought they were tough. But for me, they were really teddy bears and doing their job. They were great at what they did. They brought out the passion in me to be successful. And Coach Keady says it all the time. I talked to him yesterday, just said, I said all the time, you was the best leader I've ever had. And which for me, it kind of brings tears to my eyes sometimes because he's had a lot of great players. And for me, I never thought I was the best player. I just try to work as hard as I can work and be a part of a team and a family. And those are the things I try to bring to the table as a coach.
Big part of coaching is recruiting. So your thoughts about recruiting, the type of players you want to recruit?
Well, one, the biggest thing, you have to have guys that want to be a part of Mizzou basketball. That's first and foremost. The state of Missouri have a lot of talented players, and there's a lot of passion within the state. But Mizzou is also a national brand. We have to understand that part. So we have to go not only in the United States, but all across the world to recruit guys because I think it has that level of branding. And just you have to work extremely hard, build relationships, and I think it always goes back to a level of character, a level of integrity. And I say a level because they're still young guys. I was really rough around the edges at 18 years old. But guys that want to be a part of it. But more importantly, as I've navigated, I'm 45 years old now, but guys that not only want to be successful on the court, but be successful in life. And I think for me, that's the big picture and try to really make them understand it's not right now, it's 20, 30 years down the road. And I have to make sure they're successful in life. You
and I, about 3.5 years ago, maybe in Knoxville, I was doing a game in Tennessee, and we had a conversation about recruiting, and you said something about Midwest kids and what basketball meant to the Midwest.
Well, just level of passion. And it's just almost as if when you go throughout the Midwest, whichever state in the Midwest, it's like everybody has a basketball goal somewhere. Whether you have rims on it, you're using the trash can, or whatever you're using, somebody's playing basketball. So I think just the knowledge of the game, the understanding of the game. I mean, you have one of the greatest coaches to coach the game, and probably argue one of the best coaches ever, Norm Stewart, who coached at a level of toughness, hard-nosed guys. And he brought that energy to the game. So I think when you look at those guys, when you're a young guy, because I looked at those guys coming up, Norm Stewart to Gene Keady, and they had a level of toughness, an edge to them. They were teaching, and they were almost like fathers, not just coaches. And I think somewhere that has been lost. It's almost as if coaching become more criticism than teaching. And we have to make the young guys understand is, I'm the next best thing to your parents. And when they realize that, they have a chance to be very successful.
You're back in the SEC, very familiar with the SEC. The league is getting better, but you understand that.
Well, it's a great league. I'm excited to be back in it at a great place. There's a lot of passion. You see the SEC is playing well in the tournament right now. I think you have 3 teams in the Sweet 16. And that's a great thing. When everybody's good in the league, then that's great for everybody. The competition is great because now that means more teams in the NCAA tournament. So you want teams to be good in your league, and I think it's great.
April 1998. Pretty important date in your life.
Well, actually, April of '98 was the last day I had my checkup because I was obviously diagnosed with non-Hodgkin lymphoma in November of '97. So '98 was my last treatment. Thanks for bringing that up. Now it's just, I get emotional when I think about it, and as strange as it sounds, I've never really been able to say the word. I kind of talk around about it. For what reason, I don't know, but it's always been hard for me to say it.
Well, we are glad you're here, and we look forward to you leading this Mizzou basketball program.
I'm excited about it. I'm glad to be here.